and start talking some more, man. I want to know when the pyramids were built. I want to know how they were built. I want to know when they're going to show us the videos of the pyramids being built. I want to know what the inside of the spaceship looks like. I want to know so much stuff, man. I mean, look, me, I don't know shit. I see 3 playlists and I go off for 2 hours and 17 minutes and I'm just talking out of my fucking ass and I don't know a goddamn thing. So it's like somebody who's been abducted that many times better fucking talk some more, man. Seriously. Or else, maybe, you know what, maybe she's totally full of shit. But one thing I do have to say is that she has a pretty damn good creative explanation of digesting the whole story of the aliens, of the fallen angels, and integrating what all these other spirits and stuff say. Now, along that line, if you were going to be a skeptic, if you're going to be like one of these, a skeptic or an atheist, you do have to. If you knew your shit, seriously, there's probably no skeptic or atheist out there who actually really does know the whole New Age movement, and aliens and the message of the aliens and channelers. But if they did know the consistency that they all have with each other, and what all they agree on, it would make a really interesting study in itself, because it's kind of like, there's some like crazy zeitgeist, some crazy mass agreement with all these people decided to rewrite the universe, the history of the universe and the history of the world together. It's like the Wikipedia, the false Wikipedia story of the universe, and it keeps getting more and more developed, and eventually we're going to make a Hollywood movie about it, a whole Hollywood miniseries that lasts, not miniseries, freaking TV series that lasts many, many decades of years, telling the entire story, whether it's true or not. And if it's not true, we're still going to tell the whole story. Tell the whole story and explain everything and agree, because that's what it's heading to now. But my argument is that it's actually real, because humans are not that creative and cooperative, in their stories. So, but there are, of course, there's lots of people who do disagree, and a lot of drama, I mean, she said she had a lot of problems with the New Age movement. It was interesting. She did seem to have a lot of problems, a whole lot of trash. And I didn't really, I'm not really that plugged into all that kind of stuff, but I do understand what she's talking about. Like all these people, like, I'm Ananda Sananda, I'm Archangel Michael, come here and pay me. Like that guy who was charging exorbitant fees. What was it, like $10,000 or something just crazy? $15,000, $20,000 for like a weekend retreat where they do a sweat lodge. I mean, you can build a sweat lodge for $100. It's like, damn, I'll charge you. Fucking give me a bag of weed. Nah, I can't smoke anymore. Bring me some weed brownies and I'll freaking build a sweat lodge for you, and then I'll charge you $20,000. Remember that guy in Arizona, and then like 3 people died off of it? It's like, yeah. And there's some weird stuff, that's like the evil energy coming down and hijacking New Age movement. And also, they do it to the fundamentalist Christians too. Like, I have a friend who was raised fundamentalist Christian. He went into a church one day, and the guy did this thing, to show the magic of God. And he gets all these people, and he's like, yes, da 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 da, and it taps him on the head. And my friend said that he almost collapsed. Like something happened to his knees, and his legs almost buckled. So this guy brought some demon into the room at this church, and almost made my friend fall down. He said there were people collapsing all around him, and and he was like showing the power of God. Well, what he was doing was showing the power of like the demons, man. But like, yeah, like, I mean, weird shit happens. Like, I remember a bunch of like fundamentalist Christians tried to convert me one day after 2.5 months of like almost every day of trying to convert me. And it was like the final night, and it was like an air conditioned room at like 3 a.m. Totally cool, but I'm like sweating bullets. Like literally, my hair is like damp. Like I dumped my head in a bathtub, and my hair's totally down, dripping on my chin. And it was just like, because the heat that they brought in, I guess the demons or whatever. But yeah, and another time, there was this. I had this Reiki class in Kathmandu, and my Reiki teacher was cool, but his friend, who was like a dick, he was just like old, grumpy old Italian guy who was dressed in Buddhist robes all the time because he wanted to play Buddhist, man, and I guess he lived in the, you know, the Thai massage institute I was living in, so he could be like, I guess, pretend he was Mr., you know, highly advanced mentor guy, you know, and go and tell stories about the magic feats of the Buddhists and stuff, but he was the biggest dick, you know, like screaming and yelling every morning at the little orphan kids who worked there, and just a hypocrite. But he was like, you know, he was the guy who did like the major, who was, I guess, contracted by his friend who I was taking the Reiki class from to do like the signs on me one day to like give me the final initiation, right? It's like how New Ager stuff. But I couldn't breathe all the time, like, because his bad energy, it was like, I guess those symbols did work, but they were working to like negative energy because he was a bad person, sending all that energy into me, and I couldn't breathe. I was like in survival mode for like an hour. I was like, you know, and then finally he was done. He's like, better do something about that asthma, huh? And then I get out of the room and I go up the roof, and all of a sudden I could breathe, you know. It was like crazy. So yeah, but what she says is, yeah, that like she had experienced stuff like that, like, you know, going to some, you know, New Ager, I'm the Archangel Michael, we will do the chant of this, Hai Allahu, say this, Hulu Kwaya, and then like, you know, maybe it'll like, it's like her taking, you know, evil spirits, using her, maybe because she's got possessed too, to do a psychic attack on all the people who go there, and then they feel horrible. And this lady, like Anna Hayes, and she was one of them, and like she looked at it through her higher dimensional eyes, and she could see the evil aliens or the spirits coming in. I guess maybe even alien spirits, same thing, but and like vampiring off of everybody. And then the person who was officiating it looked right at her in the back and gave her the evil eye because she knew that she was like fighting the demons with her, with this, you know, bad, like false New Ager person. So I guess, yeah. But I mean, I guess I don't have a problem with New Ager, because I don't call that New Ager. I call that just, well, maybe it's a facet of New Ager. It's just crazy, wacky people just trying to get in touch with some kind of spirituality and pay money to get the secret teachings. It's people wanting secret teaching or whatever. I don't know, but my idea of New Ager is just people who are just completely on their own, and they don't pay anybody for any, you know, any kind of thing. Like the only thing I would pay somebody for is like actual healing. Like, give me some Reiki, you know, because you're good. Give me a massage or something like that, you know, teach me something, but not let's go in and evoke the, you know. But anyway, that must be her problem with it. But I wouldn't even call that New Ager. Maybe wouldn't that be like Wiccan or something? I don't know. Not like I have a problem with the Wiccans. You know, as long as you're not paying. The problem is if you're paying all this money for something like that, it's obviously not right. You know, but anyway, that's basically, I guess, my interpretation of what she was saying about all that. But yeah, I guess she said, like, yeah, people claiming, yeah, people hijacking, you know, like the 12th DNA strand. Oh yes, I am a 12th DNA stranded avatar. And she goes, well, if you are, then you'd be levitating. But I haven't seen anybody like that, so I don't know. I do know there's this one lady who's like, was like this leader person in like Taos who was like really weird, man. She was creepy. She would like wouldn't want to talk. Somebody would be like, what are you talking about? What's your message? She'd go, that. It's like, what? Use words. So yeah, there was lots of freaky people out there, but it's nothing to, I wouldn't get pissed off about it. It's just silly. It's goofy. It's creepy, but it's not like dangerous. I mean, as people get more and more advanced, you know, that kind of stuff is just going to blow away. Like you know, like dead chaff on the wheat stalk. You shake it, just whoosh, blow it away, and you know, only the good shit remains. Pretty damn soon, man. People these days are getting smart. So, anyways, that's what I think about Anna Hayes. So definitely, maybe I'll get her book or something if I can, like a free version of it. But you know, if you're for real, I'm not going to pay for it. Sorry, you know, if you're going to make money off of it, get a real job. You know, like Bashar, Daryl Anka, that motherfucker has a real job, you know. He only does that channeling shit for fun. That's what it's about, man. Otherwise, you know, when the time